Have you ever received feedback that felt like it came from left field? Have you ever had feedback that stung and you're wondering, where did this come from? Have you ever had feedback that you don't know what to do with and you started to internalize it and it didn't feel right? Hi, I'm Debra Kasowski, 3-time best-selling author, speaker, executive coach, and the podcast host of the Millionaire Woman Show. Today I want to talk to you about receiving feedback. There's many courses that are delivered on delivering effective feedback, but not too often do you hear about people talking about the art of receiving feedback effectively. So one of the things that I want to address is when we receive feedback, it really depends on who we get it from. So if we're getting feedback from a parent or a teacher or someone we look up to and respect, we often take those words as gold, those nuggets, and we think that defines us. Often we internalize what those respected people have said to us. But some of those comments can be hurtful. They might not have been constructive, and you may carry them on for years and them never knowing the impact it had on you. So today I really want to address this because it's really important to understand how to receive feedback and whether or not you really need to accept it. So if you had the same feedback from a stranger, chances are you would say, they don't know me. And those who really know you or you think know you, when they make those comments, that's why it is so profound for you. So when a stranger says it, you can brush it off or dismiss it very easily, whereas not so easy when it's someone you admire and respect. The other point I want to talk to you about is the way feedback is delivered. Is it done publicly or privately? Especially if it's something that has a negative tone to it. You want to have it done in private. So if someone's delivering you feedback and they're not pulling you aside to a private location, let's ask them. Let's take this offline so that you and I can have this discussion in a private location. Really, really important to save face, not feel embarrassed, and you don't know what the feedback will be, so it'll be often better if you've received it privately. The other thing is the tone. Are they being harsh? Are they still being respectful? Are they being shameful in the way they're delivering the feedback? So when you are thinking about when you're having feedback delivered to you, ask yourself those questions. We need to put these filters on when we're receiving feedback so that we're careful not to internalize things that are not our truth. The other thing that I'd like to address is Marshall Goldsmith talks about failing forward. So when you deliver feedback to someone and you're wanting them to receive it, you know, if they did poorly on an execution of a presentation, for example, chances are they probably already know if they're quite self-aware. So why take a hammer and keep hitting the stone? What you want to do is offer feedback that's constructive, some pointers that they could use in the future to be better. We always want to be offering feedback, if we're going to do it constructively, to help someone become better. And that's what leads me to intention. What was the intention around the feedback? Is the intention to build you up or tear you down? Is the intention to make you a better version of yourself? So really paying attention to that. The other thing I want to talk to you about is accepting feedback. Now, we get feedback from around us all the time. Environmental feedback, conversation feedback, feedback when we're reading. All these types of things offer us feedback around us. So the world is giving us feedback all the time. But it's up to you to choose whether you're going to internalize that feedback as valuable. So I want you to use some discernment in asking yourself, does this feedback have value? Does it help me become better, improved version of myself? Will I get better results? And is it meant to inspire me to become that better version? With all feedback, you need to remember you don't need to take anything personally. One of the greatest books that addresses that is The 4 Agreements by Don McGill Ruiz. So when people receive feedback or someone offers you an opinion, it is based on their own life experiences, their education, their knowledge, their journey up until this moment. So when they're sharing feedback with you, whether it be positive or negative, it is still their point of view. And you can choose if it has value or not, and whether or not you want to internalize it. Because I know everyone wants to internalize the good stuff, but even the good stuff is their opinion. But what matters most when you're accepting feedback? Do you find it valuable? And I often say, use the acronym TRUE. Is this feedback that someone's giving me, is it timely? Is it relevant? Is it useful? And does it empower me to be the best version that I can be? So stay true to yourself. Thank you for joining me. I'm Debra Kasowski. Please go over to my website and my YouTube channel at www.debrakasowski.com, where you can get your free download of a 3-part mini course called Making Habits Stick. Focus and consistency will help you get those goals knocked right out of the park and make them your reality. Thank you for joining me.